Good morning. Happy Friday. Welcome to the show.
It's still really off-center.
How's everybody doing? We're
See
off-center.
all the space on my side? I mentioned that yesterday.
It looks centered to me. I'll lean more toward me.
There's literally... Your
How's everybody
shoulder
doing?
hits the edge of the frame, and mine is like a foot away.
Oh yeah, you're right. We need to be more... I'm always lining it up with the,
It sounds like
The
you're putting the
background.
table in the wrong place then?
guess so.
Is that what you want to change? We could also... Okay.
Work for now. I want the background to be, like, even usually, and then we sit down and we're, like, off-center.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also usually sitting... You're sitting in the middle of the table, and I'm sitting, like, on the edge of the table, too.
No.
Yeah, like see? Your arm is here. Like, where's your outer arm of your chair? It's, like, under the
At
table
the edge
still.
of the table.
Right, mine's, like, half a foot off the edge of the table.
So we both need to not be under the table.
Yeah, I guess so.
Things that could have happened
Behind the
before
scenes.
stream started, but didn't.
Because we're late to a late stream. Welcome, everybody. We're not doing late streams anymore. It kind of undoes the point of getting up on time. So we'll be back to our normal time slot next week. But welcome. We're so happy to see all of you guys. I see Cass is here and the Strange Sandwich. We do get like a couple extra people when we've been doing it slightly later, so that's been nice. Banter Group Hug says you two are looking cute today. Thank you. I'm sure you are too.
That was nice.
Yeah, Sandwich says I appreciate being up late. I can make it for home, so I can make it home from work. I know. I'm curious. How many people are currently actually tuning in the morning? Because we've done that like poll a couple of times where the audience has changed up. I feel like most of our audience feels like they're not from America, or at least like well over half at this point, which I'm surprised by. Maybe it's just because people in America don't actually like putting something on first thing in the morning, which kind of makes sense. Yeah, Strange Sandwich is European. The Europeans are going home from work because it's 5. That makes sense.
That does make sense. So is 10 p.m. the right time?
It doesn't matter because it fucks our day up, so it's gonna have to be earlier.
Yeah. That's probably true.
Yeah, we just gotta make it work for us, and then it'll work. It's honestly just been kind of a messy week, been a messy month so far. Trying to like get some personal schedule stuff figured out. I think for the most part.
I feel like we actually had this schedule figured out just fine.
We did. We've just been we've been staying up late.
You still have
I
to
need
get up in
sleep.
the morning when you stay up late.
We stayed up late because we had to watch the rest of Stranger Things. Because someone wanted to watch the rest of Stranger Things instead of waiting.
Yeah. That was the time to watch
I was
it.
gonna be tired.
Yep.
We finished Stranger Things season 4. And I have further thoughts after yesterday. And it's honestly, I mean, it was really fun staying up late. I struggle if I don't get enough sleep. By the time it was like 2 a.m., I really...
Nothing gives you enough sleep. You never get enough sleep. You need 9 hours of sleep or you don't get enough sleep and you're as tired as if you got 4 hours of sleep.
That's not entirely true. There's definitely like
That's how you have
grades
presented it to me.
of better
Which is that if you're
sleep.
not getting 9 hours of sleep, you're not getting enough sleep, and so you're tired and exhausted, and it feels bad and it hurts.
Well, we got nowhere close to that, though, did we?
Tonight?
Last night. We weren't going to if we had gotten up on time.
And you got 7 last night?
Last night, I guess so. We went to bed about 2.
Yeah,
And then I
back
got
when we
up
were getting
about...
7 hours of sleep for like work and stuff, you were talking about how it wasn't nearly enough and that you were like constantly struggling.
Yeah, I was. We get more sleep-in days now, though, which helps, I think. Because we go through, like, 2 days of getting up early to do the show, and then we get, like, a Wednesday or the weekend off. I think that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
I think it's the repeated pattern of it more than anything.
The Strange Sandwich says, I thought I could get it in before midnight, but then the final episode was 2 freaking hours. And the final 2 episodes are both, like, full-length movies.
Yeah, that
which
yeah.
is fascinating.
That's what we were like. Well, plus we were watching it. We're like, it's been 8 episodes every other season. Well, we're rewatching 4 right now. We haven't gotten to 5.
Yeah.
We hit episode 7, and we were like, we're just gonna watch this one. It ended up being a little bit over, but then we were like, well, okay, well, there's only one left.
Mm-hmm.
Let's watch that one too. It'll end that by midnight. We'll be fine. Which is already, once you're negotiating that, you're already fucked, in my experience. And then it turned out there was another episode, and it wasn't done.
Yeah, it had secret 9th episode.
Oh yeah. Do we have, has secret 9th episode been confirmed yet?
No, we watched it last night.
Oh, I mean, yeah, in season 4. In season 4, it was actually just a solid 9 for some reason, which I guess means that's the only season that is like officially 9 episodes as we know so far.
I think so.
And you know what? It should not have been. It was too long.
Yeah, and now we're gonna watch season 5. We'll probably start that today.
Yeah, I have to sit through 2 fucking Garbo movies for an ending so bad people coaxed themselves into believing there was a secret additional episode. Yeah,
for season 5.
that doesn't like bode well, does it?
I swear that happened with a few different shows, actually. That there was like a hopeful secret extra, or with a few different shows. Like, didn't that happen in some way with Game of Thrones? People like to go back and be like, oh no, this ending totally makes sense, and then they have to scrape through every little tiny, obviously missed detail because
they just
those
need
details weren't valuable or important.
Right.
To try to make the ending make sense of something, which is just really sucks.
It does. I've been there. I've had that feeling.
Happened with Sherlock. That's right. It did happen with Sherlock.
That would make sense. That would make sense, actually. And obviously this was like, everybody wanted Lost to make sense back when it was out. Like they were
Lost.
Not just make sense. They wanted it to mean what they wanted it to mean.
Yeah. It means about as
And they
much
would
as it could ever
scour.
mean.
Yeah. Absolutely. If you go into Lost with 0 expectations, you'll have a great time.
You'll never convince me to start season 3. I will outlast the final few weeks of Stranger Things glazing before the next thing. Season 3 was the best one.
Yeah, it was.
Season 3 was really good. Season 3 was the one that I said specifically, like, was so enjoyable to watch because it was a testament to watching so many talented people in a way that I could literally never be talented like that.
Yeah.
And there's so few media things that are like that that it really stands out, because I do in fact believe I could handle most scripts better than a lot of the script supervisors did.
It is
Stranger Things is one of those, like, man, I couldn't have done any of this if I wanted to, in terms of cinematography, direction, writing, pacing. Shit was on fire.
I love that feeling. It's so rare to find something.
Yeah.
Which is weird because we've gotten so into things. It's not even like a confidence thing. It's just we see enough movies now where, like, I know how that I get how that was made. Like, I can picture the set.
Season 3 is the mall one.
Yeah. And it's weird. For some reason, I remembered I had only seen that one once and had made it out in my head to be less interesting. For some reason.
Yeah.
We didn't catch up on it. We didn't watch that one on the last watch through because season 4 was out.
It's very different from season 1 and 2.
It is. I agree.
And I think
it's a different tone.
I think part of the reason people remember not liking season 3 is because it's such a tonal shift away from season 1 and 2. It definitely decides to turn into more of the movies that were represented in season 3, right? Because each season chooses the movies of that year to help represent, like, the visuals and the storytelling.
It chooses a new genre of 80s movies that it's representing, and so it leans into that, which is slightly campier.
Season 3 is campier because
Hopper is more like 90s movies dad, action hero dude.
Yeah, and I really like a lot of those movies.
But he's still in character, like he's
it's
still
got, like,
in
Back
an
to the
in-character
Future.
way to me. Yes.
So it's got, like, high, like, elevated fantasy camp, which is one of my favorite things ever. Actually, I'm just a big camp fan. I think camp is.
Me too. I can't.
It's a good way to write stories if
It's so
done
good.
really, really well. Camp surrounded by quality just means that you get to tell a story that most people don't get to tell because it's told just with everything sort of closer to at a 9 or a 10 than at like a 5 or a 6.
Yeah.
It doesn't have any mutedness.
Yeah.
That's the point, is to avoid the mutedness.
That might just be a taste thing. I like
It
the
is a
word
taste
muted
thing.
is good. I don't like muted stories. I
Yeah.
don't like the like artsy, like, I just don't. I like over the top
I
things.
describe season 1 as relatively muted.
I think, yeah, I see what you mean. Comparatively, I guess
Yeah.
when I think muted story, I think like very indie kind of thing, like what people think of as like
Oh yeah, definitely.
super indie, grounded, realistic. Season 1 is still leaning into a very specific aesthetic and vibe.
I don't like any of the characters after season 2.
That's too
Oh, yeah.
bad, but that is when they change.
They turn
so, like,
into
I
teenagers
get-
in season 3.
That's true.
And they're very teenager in season 3. So
I
that makes
remembered it
sense.
being so much worse though. Like in my head, I was like, isn't that the season where like Mike's a little shit, and also there's like boring Russian stuff, and like I had this whole thing in my head, but then I went back and watched it, and I was like, oh, Mike's one not that bad. The Russian stuff's actually really good in that one, and like fun in a campy way, and makes sense and ties in. Most of the issues I thought I was remembering from season 3 were actually from the bits in the middle of season 4 that I just completely forgot because they're so uninteresting.
Yeah.
Season 4 is weird as shit because somehow it relearns to write good at the end. The first episode is pretty solid, and then
Oh man,
5
Joyce,
episodes pass.
Joyce after season 2 is just a complete and total waste of time
She
and
kinda
space.
sucks,
I
that's
can't
true.
stand seeing her on, like, I just can't stand seeing her after season 2. Season 1, all of the way that she is makes a lot of sense, and then season 2 is like, stop making that face. That thing isn't happening anymore. Why are you making my son is stuck in the upside down face at Hopper who asked you on a date? Like, why is everything like...
Right. It's because they only hired her because she could make that face, probably. That was the face
And then
she was
she
supposed
only
to make.
makes that face for 5 fucking seasons, I'll tell you what. And I'm so sick of seeing her because, like, I think hottest take of the entire fucking world, I think that actress might suck. Because she does nothing for 4 out of the 5 seasons she's hired to be in. And every other movie I've seen her in, she also sucks in.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, okay. That's too bad. She did.
She's in
she did the
Beetlejuice.
one
She's in
thing-
camp. She's in camp because she's bad at acting, but she's in my good camp, and I'm not enjoying her bad acting in my good camp. And she actually just pisses me off. But I can't. You know how like in cartoons when someone starts panicking and then someone like grabs them by the shoulders and slaps them on the face? That's gonna be me every time. Because I just like stop being silly right now. You're pissing me off. And she's constantly in that zone of just like
Yeah.
like literally frazzled.
You'd be infuriated. Yeah, frazzled. You don't do frazzled very
It
well.
all she's not frazzled in season 1. She's extremely clear-minded, knows
Right.
exactly what's going on, and is being gaslit by everybody around her.
And so I do feel like she's
That's-
mishandled by the writing a little bit too. Like I don't think it's just the actor
She
because
is.
they
They don't know what to do
clearly
with her.
had her down in the first season.
Yeah, they don't know what to do with her.
We won't make the entire. I don't know how many people have actually watched Stranger Things, so so we'll have to make the entire episode Stranger Things.
Yeah.
But my main thoughts on season 4 is weirdly that it feels like they wrote it backwards because
Yeah.
the last 3 episodes are incredible for just no reason. It's just really kind of like annoying, and like you can feel it like sliding downhill the entire season. It's like, man, none of these scenes are fun anymore. Season 3, every scene was so fun to watch. Just 2 people would be talking to each other about something, and it was great because they were super in character, and it
Good
was
dialogue
just
in
fun.
season 3.
The dialogue was incredible, and then in season 4, that was just gone up until episode 7, and then suddenly it was like, okay, now we figured out how to do it again. But to me, it feels like it's because they figured out where they wanted it to end, and it didn't actually plug neatly into the ending of season 3. So then they had to spend 6 episodes retconning the shit out of things to get it to where it is at the end. And then that new story, they pay off really well. They do a really good job at the end of season 4.
Yeah.
But they had to get there, like, and that's where all the boring Russian shit comes from, because like Hopper's captured by the Russians, and at the end, they're doing this big prison break, and it's like, oh, it's so cool. They're fighting, the Russians have the monsters, and Hopper's there, and he's like fighting them off.
Yeah.
And they have all this big plan, and all these like emotional scenes between the adult characters, and it's really well done. And you're like someone's pitching this idea, and then you're like, oh, that's cool. How'd they get there? And like, I don't know. And Hopper's there. It's like, well, how did they get him from Indiana to Russia? And they're like, they did. There he is.
Are you talking about season 4 still?
Yeah, like from the end of season 3.
Yeah.
Which is pretty clearly, it's like, there's no way he should have gotten there.
Into Russia?
Yeah, even just physically, the whole season is a problem. Is this problem? But just like a really clear version is like they literally teleport a dude from one country to another at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Just to make the story play out right.
Yeah, I'm aware she's the Heathers chick. She's also Beetlejuice and.
Oh, she is Heathers. I forgot.
And what's the other movie with Angelina Jolie and they are mentally ill? I can't remember.
For some reason, it's not coming to me.
Anyway, I'm aware of Winona Ryder's like movie history. I think she's probably someone's daughter.
Probably was originally, yeah. Now she's an 80s icon, so that's why she gets put in 80s
She's
things.
an 80s camp icon.
Right.
Because of Beetlejuice.
Right. Which I've only seen once, actually, so I forgot she was in there, too.
I don't like Beetlejuice. Girl interrupted. Thank you. Thank you.
Anyway, I'm still solid on Stranger Things, seasons 1 through 3. Check it out if you haven't. After that...
Season 4 is the horror season, too. I actually ended season 4 very much liking it.
Yeah, it does that.
Kyle and I maybe found... We haven't talked about it extensively, but we might have found where we have a writing split.
Maybe, yeah.
For, like, one of the first times ever. Which is that the ending of season 4 of Stranger Things was so good, I literally forgot everything that sucked in the middle. Because they wrote 2 movies for that season.
Yeah.
And they were awesome. They were some of the best, like, Stranger Things moments and all the things I like about Stranger Things.
That I completely agree with.
Yeah.
I also ended it liking it a lot. I just haven't forgotten that the first 3/4 of the season were boring and weird.
Yeah. But episode 1, 7, 8, 9 are so good that 2 through 6... functionally irrelevant and mostly didn't need to be written because
also Terpascore said, am I alone in actually not liking season 2? No, it actually was.
I didn't like it that much either.
I think it was kind of, yeah, I used to think I liked it a lot, but it was kind of weaker compared to the other ones.
All right, we can move on.
We can move on. We're not maintaining many viewers.
I think that's because it's 10.
Maybe. Man, crazy. I figured more people would be around at 10.
I don't think so.
What else was I gonna... Wait, if you think of something else to talk about, feel free. I was gonna let people know
10:30
that I've been working on the Patreon page for anybody who is on Patreon or anybody who's considering being on Patreon. I got all these exclusive things on there. I'm just really proud of all my collections I've been setting up. So I'm just gonna show you just as like a slight brag and also promotion for Patreon real quick. Which is just, this is what it looks like if you go to Patreon and you're subscribed. They fixed it. So now there's this whole, Patreon used to look like shit. The feed was awful, and now they've set it up so there's this whole like organized thing where you can actually like find content really easily. So I've been really happy with it. I think it looks really cool. And it's so much easier to like upload things. This is not the most recent video. This is because I'm re-uploading old shit, so that shouldn't be there.
My vlogs were awesome.
Yeah, they were. That one was so fun. And so yeah, we have this new podcast that we've been doing, so that's up there, and we got all the YouTube stuff. And I'm still working on putting things in, but now we have this whole like library of different collections and stuff. So we got like all the screenwriting essays, and if you want more of the crew AMAs. You can just go in here, and you can click it, and there they are. It's awesome. If you've used Patreon ever, you hopefully understand how neat this is. Cause
the text says you use it in light mode? Interesting. I'm actually a light mode defender. I can't do dark mode things for the most part.
I'm surprised how many people use dark mode by default. It's not on by default, so I usually don't use it.
I can see black words on white better. Like, how everything... actually is.
It really depends on
like books and notebooks and whiteboards.
Yeah,
literally
it is kind of what I'm used to.
I've never been like, man, I could really use a chalkboard in these whiteboard times.
Anyway, yeah, we got all the old footage. We got like extra bonus behind the scenes stuff. This is all things that like you can only get here. So
Cedric
If you're
says, I have a
interested.
question that isn't likely to go anywhere. How do y'all feel about frivolous but emotional writing a la Warframe story? The writer seemed to favor rule of cool and hitting on tones over logic. Don't know the Warframe story.
I don't know
But I
Warframe's
know the
story,
question.
but between the two, if you were trying to do a purely emotional story or a purely logical story, you go purely emotional every time. That's the whole point of a story. I would rather your story
Yes.
be on paper nonsense, but feel coherent and impactful than the other way around. Because otherwise you're just writing a really good world building document, and it's not going to affect anybody. Because that's not what. Because stories are emotional things. They're not supposed to be logical things.
Stories only need a very, very small amount of logic, and some of the best stories ever have a very small logical theme running through it, and that's only as a connection device. You could remove your connection device and still probably tell a pretty good story. Like, I think indie films really are like a great example of just like removing the logic element. Things like Frank, which is about that guy that with a giant head.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
Or American Diner, which is that shitty dumpster like film school film that you didn't watch.
Yep.
I think indie films are this like to a T. And it works in indie films because you're really like expecting to sit down with like feelings, but something like I imagine Warframe is, that probably isn't. When you establish a world with needing to follow its laws and rules, you actually do have to have some consistency. But you could just make it one thing. Like, it only has to be one thing, and then you can expand on that thing. Arcane even kind of does this with just like magic.
Right.
This magic
is why
in
keeping
season
it vague
1
is better, because then you don't fall into the pitfalls
of season
of
2,
getting
where
your
they're
logic
like, now how do we
messed
make all this, like, let's
Right.
connect all this logic back together.
Right.
Versus season 1, where it's like, this is vaguely magic. This is
Right.
its vague logic system of magic.
Right. You leave a little bit of mystery in your world for the characters too, because that's what Arcane's a great example actually, because there is magic and they're trying to use logic to explain the magic, but it's not like working like fully. It kind of is, but like there's so much left.
Did you
Same with Stranger Things.
did you add everybody
I would
in
say.
Chaos Cottage and Dormaster?
Uh-huh.
Okay, Ursa said she didn't get it.
I do add here in Dormaster. I do add everybody in Chaos Cottage.
Okay.
Warframe is not the topic for this morning. I played Warframe once,
Warframe is.
in 2017. It was fun. The gameplay was fun, but I haven't gotten back to it.
One Piece did not create a 28-year-long season 1 because it made sense. Star Wars also never made sense. Actually, great place.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh.
That is not why stories stick around. Making sense is not the reason that we remember.
Polaris killer. Yeah, I actually don't know
right.
anything about Warframe. I'm curious, though. A lot of the people I like are
Our Warframe players.
Warframe knowledge.
Enthusiasts. I played Warframe one time, and it is actually I don't know if you would like it or not, except that like one thing that it does do that you would appreciate is that it just makes you feel cool immediately. Like
Let
that
me
is
see what Warframe looks like. I want to see if it's the game that I'm thinking of.
It's like organic looking robot characters that you play as.
Yeah, that are like customizable, right?
Yeah, to some degree.
Yeah, so I actually played Warframe with you.
Oh, did you? Okay, I don't remember that.
So my next point was going to be that you need to play it with the right people, because otherwise you just get lost and completely behind, while 2 other people decide to go ahead and play the game and not teach you how to do anything, and then forget that you were even there, apparently. So...
I'm sorry. I don't remember this. It was 2017 me.
What is that?
That was their garbage-ass website.
Let me see. You take too long to do things.
I blame my phone. So that I don't have to acknowledge that I'm slow.
Yeah.
Space Wizard Ninjas. Yeah, that's a good description. Anyway, I honestly don't even remember, like I couldn't even
Yeah, this is cool.
picture it necessarily. I just remember the sensation of having fun when I played Warframe.
That's so interesting.
I'm sorry that I left you behind and did not help you during this game. I can see that I made a mistake and was a problem.
Yeah, that's super cool. I think I could actually totally get into that.
Know nothing of the story.
2017, remember when that was...
It looks like that
ago?
Destiny Halo slush that never sticks in my mind. I do kind of agree that it blends into that that kind of vague, yeah, whatever that kind of spacey, colorful space grunge or whatever was popular at that
I can
time.
look you into Warframe, Allison. Thank you.
That was only a decade ago.
Warframe?
2017.
Honestly, I don't remember 2017.
Yeah.
I don't remember what was going on in 2017.
2017 was our first San Antonio apartment year.
Oh, that's
So
what that year
I remember
was?
other aspects of that year, but I
A good
don't
year.
remember playing Warframe as one of the highlights of the year, necessarily.
That's when we had the TARDIS in our living room?
Yeah.
Okay.
Briefly had that. That summer was when we hit, I think, 100,000 subscribers.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Good times.
it was. It was nice. Ian lived in the same complex.
Mm-hmm.
I
They didn't live in the same complex the first year that we were...
think at the end of that year is when they moved. Yeah.
That's right. Okay. That makes
Because
sense.
that was also at the end of that year is when it snowed in San Antonio.
Grace says, hi, people. Hi, Grace. Always nice when Grace is here.
Hi, Grace. Cass says that's when I was debating applying to Sky Vault.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I guess we probably started... That was 2018, most likely, though. I think that's when we actually started, like, putting out the casting calls for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember those 2 years pretty solidly. I hate that you do this.
Yeah.
Because I had to touch it, and then it gets all sticky and gross.
I'm trying to get the sticky off. That's the idea.
Does it ever work?
No.
How about you guess my last 4 movies?
Okay.
Unless you have something else you want to talk about.
No, that's fine.
Give Allison something to rant about. She's going to be grumpy anyway, it doesn't matter.
Rude.
Alright. This one, I actually told you last time. These are the rest of my movies.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't this
Do
like
you
200
remember?
billion?
This is the, So this is the most expensive movie budget ever.
Yeah.
And no, it's not 200 billion, you asshole.
It was
That's like when you go to your friend, you're like, hey, guess what happened? They guess something so absurd that your thing isn't interesting anymore.
Sorry. You're right, it is exactly like that because that's what happened. Okay. Backdoor says, oh, we're playing this game. That's how I feel, Backdoor. Oh, we're playing this game.
Wow, okay, you're welcome for having something to talk about. And
Which
drive
is what,
the...
how much movies cost? That's one of those things that's in the realm of unfathomable. Like, I don't know what 300 million is compared to 50 million, compared to 20 million, compared to... Like, I don't know!
It's about comparing them to each other.
Okay,
We
so
were
I'm
comparing the
guessing
last
Star Wars
ones.
is most expensive.
I already said that.
Okay.
I specifically told you that information this time and last time,
Well,
and
to
how
be
much
fair,
it cost.
I knew that one.
I'm trying to remember if you remember. I'm trying to see if you remember how much it cost.
I feel like it was...
As the
I feel like
baseline.
it was 300 million or something.
I did a good job on this game. It was 420,
Damn.
and I've established the baseline because Independence Day was 90,000 because it was made about 10 years ago. 90 million, sorry.
Smell says, Allison, describe the dream game you would make if you had $100 million.
That's a good idea.
This is the difference between me and real artists is that I have 3 different games that I keep trying to make into one game. I don't know.
I think that's why it doesn't work.
I don't think I could.
We have a game, is the answer.
We have a few different games that we've been working on for a long time that we talk about trying to make. I don't like playing games that don't have social elements. It's like one of my favorite things about gaming is having, like, it's the only other way to have, what's another way to say this? I like falsified socialization. I like fake.
I think that's a really great way to put it, actually.
Characters.
Simulated socialization.
Yeah. Feels like socialization, but they're not real. It's all made up.
Yeah.
And you're hanging out in like another world basically, and I like the idea that you can. I think the difference and kind of point between games and movies is the interactiveness. 'Cause
Right.
you can write movie games and people do all the time, but I don't necessarily like walking through someone else's movie. I think it can be done well, which is The Last of Us.
Right.
Which is just walking through somebody's really well-told movie and then making you part of the interaction. And that was really groundbreaking, and it's great that that was the groundbreaking one because that was the way to do that. But I think that the like one of the shining best parts of gaming as a concept is how much interaction you get with the player. Like how much you are specifically engaged in a world and you have actions and consequences and like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I've been looking for a space to add into what you're saying, but I think you've actually just phrased it all well enough that I don't have to. Like, that's what you get
to write characters.
You got to use the medium you're working with, and video games are interactive, so make it as interactive as possible.
Yeah, and you gotta like your characters literally, like how is it not like a writing dream to make characters that interact with the audience? Like that's
right. Yeah,
that's incredible. Like
I have to call
conceptually,
Cass out real quick.
Why would she do?
She said, Allison says she likes simulated socialization, but has delayed a Persona stream by 6 weeks. What's up with that, huh? Nothing about Persona feels like socializing with human beings. It is an alien game made by and for aliens, and it is an insane thing to claim that it would in any way be like what we're describing. That is not the kind of game that it is. Or, as Mefek says, Persona's kind of trash, though, Cass.
It's kind of interesting that you think I'm the one that's putting that off as much as possible. Okay, I have a question. Going to a birthday today, newish friend and her twin sister. I don't know enough about this friend to really be able to buy a gift, and have never met the sister. What gift? Like candle, really nice notebook, really nice stationery stuff.
Yeah.
If you find out what color is her favorite color, anything in that color tends to be a good idea.
That's true. There's a few kind of default human gifts you can get.
Yeah. Most people don't hate bags of some variety, like, because bags are just inherently useful. Things like, I don't think picture frames are really something that anybody in this generation does anymore.
I guess that used to be a thing,
I was almost thinking
huh?
like magnets or something.
That one can be more limited use too, I think. You gotta have a specifically be interested in putting things on your fridge.
My
otherwise,
mom's
what are they
really
for?
good at this kind of stuff.
She is.
People say smell good stuff, but I think the only safe smell good stuff is like hand soap, like the pump kind. I don't think any other smell good stuff is safe because people don't like lotions and stuff that they don't know.
She said good. We're thinking in the same direction. I feel good about going to the stationery store.
Yeah, I think that's the right call. No one's ever going to be mad that they have more pens or more sticky notes or more notebooks. Like, that's just not what people are going to be mad about. Especially if it's cute. And it can be cute in any direction. Nobody doesn't like stars. Like, maybe some people aren't flower people, but nobody doesn't like stars. People like leather.
Yeah.
Everyone likes blue, green, purple, for the most part. Anyway, yeah. Good luck.
Somebody said that's Baldur's Gate 3. I'm not sure what they were referring to, but if they were responding to you...
Yeah,
then
that is
yes,
Baldur's Gate 3.
Baldur's Gate 3 is so far, like... It's definitely one of those ones that's hard to recreate anywhere else, because no one else has quite pulled that off.
I have to push back on y'all here. Persona starts after the tutorial.
Well, the tutorial is too long. We shouldn't have to go through 8 streams before the tutorial is done. That is a 2-stream part of the game max.
Get her a book. If you're gonna get a book, I would get like a coffee table book. Like one with pictures or something. Stickers. Yeah. These are such frogs.
Frogs.
In my career, everybody likes flowers. Hell yeah. I meant like floral designs. Not like yeah, you can get flowers actually. Flowers is a cute idea. Like, imagine getting flowers for your birthday. Oh, that's actually such I would like that.
Just actual flowers?
Yeah. I wish we could normalize giving people small plants for events and stuff. Like just a little plant, like a...
Some people do that, but...
Not a succulent. Succulents are too controversial.
Are they?
I think Small said something like, okay, I gotta add dating to my game. But I didn't necessarily mean dating. It
doesn't have to be romance simulator. It's a good... addition, but
In my life, flirting and dating are not devoid from socialization. Like, they're very intertwined. So I do think it makes sense to have romance in a game if you're choosing to have like an immersive environment with interactable characters. But that's not as important as developing relationships, actually. Like, as long as your relationships
Right.
change and evolve and there's value to that, I don't necessarily think they have to be romantic in games. And I think the game we were talking about didn't have any romance.
the one that we were designing,
Yeah.
I think it did.
Did it have romance?
Yeah.
That probably did.
Every
Why
iteration
would I
of yours,
exclude
right,
romance?
you were writing it, so I don't. That seems like a
Baldur's
weird
Gate is
assumption.
basically a perfect game. Like,
It's. I mean, yeah, it's really, really
if anything,
great.
it's just maybe like a little too movie-esque, and I would make a more fun, campier game.
Yeah,
than
your
Baldur's
your
Gate.
version would be freeform. It wouldn't be like story, like narrative driven. It would be something where you just kind of find your own story in it. We were talking more about making one. Do you want to talk? Do you want to like?
Yeah, go ahead.
Share the actual
You
game
remember
idea?
more details about this kind of stuff.
You described it so well that it feels like I've played it. Like I have it in my head, pretty clear.
Oh my, yeah, okay.
One that we want to make is like,
How are succulents controversial?
I guess starting off, it's like Stardew templates almost, in that it's like you are playing a character in a small community, interacting with the other people and doing a job as well. Like it's one of those. But the version we were talking about is very specifically,
Wait.
and you know how
Backdoor says Allison's video game tastes are so different. I like my NPCs to have a good storyline to which I have very little effect. I didn't say you had to affect their storyline. I would also write them having separate storyline. They're still characters, so they still have to be well written, which means they have their own
right.
storyline.
But you like that you can dip in and out, and that the world just
But you
feels
dip in
populated.
and out like you dip in and out in someone's life
Right.
in general. It's not like your life is on pause when I'm not around. I mean, now it is, but in general, when we were interacting for the first time, we interacted on our like existence of interaction, but your life continues.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, the game that we were working on is that you're in like your community, instead of like a town, you're on like a block in like Brooklyn in the 90s or something, and you get a shop, and it's like a shop running simulator thing, and then also you're interacting with the people who are in that that like neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
And it was gonna be like very 90s themed and 90s coded,
Yes.
kind of like
90s aesthetic.
kind of like rainy, hazy, but like very colorful location.
Mm-hmm.
And probably like mildly 3D. Like there was a few games we were inspired by. There's that shopkeeper game on the Switch that you liked a lot, and you kind of wanted it to play that way.
Jet or something.
Yeah, it's like a Swedish name that we can't pronounce, so it's a little bit
I just
hard.
don't ever remember I can't ever remember what order the letters are in.
Starts with a W. It's a very basic indie game, but we kind of liked the idea behind how it played.
Played really good for a tavern
And it was
running
cool on the shop
simulator
side of things, but then it felt empty because there's no like
because the people are irrelevant.
there aren't people, there aren't characters. So we wanted that kind of mixed with like the Stardew kind of thing, with like full art for interacting with the characters still though, and like different arcs that you can do, and so you can play through in different ways, and it being like a kind of like a, I don't know, like a limited run too, right? It's like you're here for like 3 years or something. You play through a version of the story, and then if you start over, you can play through a different version of the story. If you pick like a different location, a different shop, a different character to talk to, like different things like that. Mm-hmm. Just doing like different versions.
It's
of, like,
functionally, it's all the anything you've ever liked about like shop running or even kind of resource management of an individual place. Which kind of reminds me of like which is just a smaller version of what city management looks like. Because city management is also fun, but then the people become even less relevant. Like the people are literally just a resource, so you zoom in more into an individual place that you manage similarly.
Right. Yeah.
So it's a management game.
And Moon asked, "Do y'all just want visual novels?" No, I
No,
like doing.
I've never actually
a
successfully
task
done a visual novel.
where the visual novel interrupts me. Like that's the thing that I like. It's like where it's like both happening at the same
Yeah.
time, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm playing a game, and then also there's this stuff
And then
happening
story
around,
happens.
right?
Have either of you played Banished? I don't think so.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't think so.
Slay the Princess is a visual novel.
Yeah,
oh,
that
yeah,
was cool.
Yeah.
But that was just, that was a 2-day
But
experience.
I only did that
and
because
then
you told me to.
I think I ended up liking it way more, too.
Yeah.
It was definitely more my thing.
It's definitely more Kyle's thing. In terms of visual novels.
That one reminded me, I actually really like existential, I guess visual novels. My first one was going to be Choice of Robots that we played forever ago, but that one's not even visual. That's actually just like a choose your own adventure thing.
Yeah. That's a lot of words. I ain't reading them.
Slay the Princess is fully voice acted though, which helped.
Yeah,
That
Slay the
honestly,
Princess is good. The voice acting is mandatory.
It was also a really
for me
good
to get into it.
play on that. Like, I loved the Stanley Parable when it first came out, and I've mostly been annoyed with
Stanley
everybody
Parable doesn't
recreating.
feel like a visual novel.
It feels, yeah. I mean, it plays like a game, but it's still kind of visual novel-y, I think.
Do you think Portal is a visual novel?
No, that's
Okay.
a puzzle game. Stanley Parable is a game, but it reacts like a visual novel. There isn't like a whole lot to. There's not a lot of gameplay. You walk. Walking
Yeah.
simulator. That's a whole thing. I forgot. It is literally just you walk around.
Walking Simulator is just being in someone else's story.
Right. That is, and which is kind of the point of that. And it was like, meta and weird and stuff, and it was like the first one to do that on a large known scale.
I'm really excited there's a game coming out this year called Nivalis, I think is maybe how it's said. Never actually heard anyone say it out loud. But I think I'm gonna really like that. I want a cyberpunk game that exists for people who don't want to just play cyberpunk. Like a cyberpunk world where you can do something that isn't being like a full ass gangster.
Cedric mentioned Cloudpunk, which we just saw, which that looks kind of interesting to me. The delivery one.
Oh yeah. Is that actually fun, or do you just do the same thing over and over?
We were game shopping the other day and saw that one.
Yeah, I have a whole wish list of games that I really like. Sandrock is one of the best
Right,
games ever.
that's
and
actually where she's just trying to recreate My Time at Sandrock as much as possible.
I'm
That's,
not.
no, I'm sorry, not in our game. Like that's the one that
yes,
like
that's
you
one of my
need a
favorite
new
games.
My Time at Sandrock, and nothing is like matching that energy.
Yeah. Man, I always hate when I see the second part of someone. Like, GB says, but that's my 2 cents on the matter. And it's like, what did you say? When did you say it? Y'all likely would have been out of the tutorial 2 session ago if you had actually played the game instead of complaining that it was taking too long to play. Are you talking about Persona?
I don't believe you. I just straight up don't believe you. I've been told this tutorial was almost over for
Kyle
the
doesn't
last
like
2 years.
Persona. Like, she's just not enjoying it. Hey, can you guess what game should be out this year that I'm excited about? I don't know what games are coming out this year.
Also, who asked?
Smalls. The game maker.
The game designer. Yeah. What game is the game designer interested in?
Here's my hot take
It's
to
gotta
the
be
stream.
smaller.
Here's my hot take to the stream to give y'all something to yell about. Saying Baldur's Gate 3 is the perfect game is the equivalent to saying Avengers is the perfect movie. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense coming from someone who literally made sure that their party was Will, Gale, and
That's
Shadowheart.
Cass, you don't get to argue about Baldur's Gate. You're banned from arguing about Baldur's Gate until you play it the right way. You played it the only wrong way that you can play that game, and you've been told by us and everybody else in this chat that is the case. No one has your back. You don't get to fight with us about it.
Strange horticultural.
Also, I disagree with you entirely. Bad take.
Strange horticultural is I also don't like games that are just menus.
Yeah,
Just which is kind
True.
of why I don't like visual novels a little bit. Like they kind of overlap in that.
What
but-
really sucks actually is that I have tried hard and I want to, but I generally don't like Paradox games, despite being
I
like,
kind of like Paradox games.
the mouthpiece for them. Mostly for the menu thing. It just gets a little bit too granular
Oh,
for me.
those
you don't,
kind of
you don't
Paradox
like,
games.
Right, like the ones that Paradox is known for.
Yeah,
You
okay.
like the Paradox games that nobody else likes.
Yeah.
The ones that they pick up and release from somebody else.
Yeah, I do like those games. I liked Empire of Sin, and I like the vampire one, though I
Right.
haven't gotten back to it.
They're two probably lowest rated games actually from the last.
Spanish is a small village building survival game. That sounds
Oh
nice.
yeah. Wait, I think
Oh, Enshrouded is a really great game too.
we do love Enshrouded. Enshrouded is also
We play a lot of survival.
my top survival game.
Multiplayer games, and not gonna lie, a lot of them suck. But Enshrouded is incredible.
I would
Especially
probably like that
because of how full they make the world feel. It's hard to make your world feel full, is what I've learned about games. They'll make really big
Yeah.
games and still have it be completely and totally empty feeling. And I will never let that happen. Like, that's too, I get why. I get that there's, like, a zen-ness to it, like, even in Breath of the Wild and stuff, but it's, like, it's empty, and that kind of, like, if I'm fully immersing myself into an empty world, I walk away after, like, 5 hours of playing feeling a little weird, because I just spent all that time, like, alone, both in my head and in the realm that I'm in. I just don't actually like being alone.
Right.
Like, in the games that I'm playing. So.
Yeah, I feel that way too. But I guess it depends on what you want, because, like, maybe if the thing you're trying to escape from in games is, like, dealing with people, maybe you do like the zen, like Thomas likes playing,
Elden Ring.
I think because it's empty and he has to try doing the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Something about that works for him. That's, like, why that works.
How can you play a game wrong? You should play Baldur's Gate. As soon as you play Baldur's Gate, you'll be like, oh yeah, there's a way to do this wrong. How can you play
a game wrong? The cast is also saying the fact there's a wrong way to play it disqualifies from being a perfect game. This is like if you open Halo, and then just, like, jump off a cliff over and over again, and are like, man, that sucked. Why would anyone want to play that game? Why would you want to play throw a grenade in a corner and blow yourself up simulator? That was boring. What do you mean there's the wrong way to play? Don't be an idiot when you're playing the game.
You just played a gay game straight. Like, that's the only way to put it. You played a gay game as straight as you possibly could.
Like, there's a little bit of free will, and you exercised it poorly. I don't know what you want me to say.
What are people pretending to dislike about Baldur's Gate? See, this actually does kind of feel like the Avengers thing, too. And
I'll
it's
hear
because
out.
The Avengers, I don't know about that specific movie, but, like, the franchise itself, until it was bad, was good. And the whole, like, it's not very good thing was, like,
well, sorry,
you can
I actually
kinda,
don't.
Like,
I completely disagree with the comparison, too. Like, it feels like you're just going, well,
I wanna play some video games.
because it was popular, somehow
Raft
that
is-
makes these two things equivalent.
Raft was fun.
In what way is Baldur's Gate like the Avengers? Other than people liked it a lot and it got a lot of hype.
Right, so people like something a lot because it's good, and then there are the people who like to, like, worm out of the fucking ground to be like, actually.
Right, how about the
it
fact that it was
wasn't that good of
the
a movie.
most carefully designed game I've ever seen in my life? How about the fact that it responds to every single thing you do?
I like that this is what you get mad about.
Yeah, it bothers me. We were there. Let's not start retconning history to pretend that Baldur's Gate wasn't, like, known to be incredible the second it came out and didn't, like, alter the course of the game industry when everybody was like, oh shit, they're showing us up. Like, do you remember, like, like...
Cass says, name the Baldur's Gate character. This character was groomed or deceived by an older and more powerful being that they put trust in. You must now fix their problems before they start to hurt others.
What point are you making? Does that make it bad
Shadowheart.
somehow?
That's nobody else. It's just Shadowheart.
Even
it's
if
only
you had
Shadowheart.
a point, why does
only
that make the game bad? Also, yes, that is Shadowheart.
That's Shadowheart. I'm still, like, scrolling through the comments trying to keep up with all of them because there's so many happening. Controversial topic. Yeah, I'm just sort of like...
I like the game a lot, and I think it's very defensible that it's an objectively good game. It's fine if you don't like it,
Claire
if you don't want to play it.
Expedition 33 was also really great. My biggest problem was that it's a game for people who play video games because at some point it exceeded... I've actually talked about this on stream, specifically this game right after playing it and all my problems with it. And the only reason it's basically not a perfect game is because it's extremely hard to follow. It has a little bit of the high fantasy problem where all the concepts and controls and powers and elements that you use are named in ways that aren't easy to identify, so you have to get on board with that world's version of all these things and fully download and completely understand the magic system and how it works with itself. And if you don't get it, if it does not 100% perfectly click, the game will stop being navigatable because it's too difficult. And that was my biggest problem, which is that, like, you have to be forced to understand the 15 different moving elements and then combo them.
It is a bit dense, yeah.
It was
But you
hard.
figured it out, and it was fun once you had.
I didn't figure it out. I had to eventually stop a pretty decent amount into the game because everything
Really?
I had
So it was
figured
just too
out,
many?
they added a new thing, and they constantly add a new thing on top of the old things and then tell you how that thing interacts individually different with the 15 other things that they already introduced. And I couldn't figure out how to navigate that new thing with the old things that I had learned how to do, and I couldn't play the game because
Yeah.
you have to do those things to get through the next part. It's like introduces a new tutorial concept kind of every single time, and I literally couldn't figure it out.
They added an easy mode for
It's not Gale or Asterion.
one of their voice actors who
It's
had that
very
problem.
much not Asterion. Whatever the whole description of what Cass said is definitely not
You
Asterion.
didn't
It's
play
also
with
not
Asterion,
Gale.
so I don't know why you think you can say that. You don't know the story. I'm calling bullshit on any of your Baldur's Gate opinions because you didn't play the game.
Interesting.
Anyway, we're getting close to the end. Go ahead and send us some push the buttons for today, guys.
I'm not even caught up on chat.
Yeah, well, we're not ever gonna be.
Okay.
There's too much chat. The concepts are too French.
That wasn't the worst part.
Honestly, yeah, we really liked the game. We're not complaining about like the overall game quality. I just remember it, but I think you actually phrased it well. Like it's a game for people who play video games like extensively. Like it is. There is a certain video game mechanic sort of mindset that I think works really well for it. Where it's like, oh, all these things combine and play off of each other like this. And if you're like us and you kind of just like half pay attention and vibe your way through things, it's a little bit dense. But I still overall remember coming out of it thinking, wow, that was surprisingly good.
The
Like it was
Cleric
not,
Scare one?
yeah.
Yeah, it was really, it was just fun. It was just really fun, new, interesting ideas in gaming and storytelling that were all really exciting. And that's super cool. Anytime that happens is fucking awesome. Like Baldur's Gate. But yeah, I really liked it. It just got too hard. It got too hard because it's like not even crunchy. It's just it's
I
complicated.
think dense
It
is the right
actually-
word. Complicated.
Dense is the right
yeah.
word. Dense versus crunchy. It just got thicker and thicker and thicker till you're wading your way through like 5 inches of mud.
Push the button, you get free Chipotle for a year, but you have to finish Persona 5. I would do it.
Yeah, I'd probably do that.
I'd do that.
I actually think I would have liked Persona 5 on my own.
Yeah, I do think
if
the
I had
streaming
just played it.
breaking it up kind of has unfortunately made it harder to get into.
Yeah.
Push the button, you finish your game, and it's amazing, but winds up being too complicated for you to play it yourself.
I would never let that happen. But also, yeah, because I'd make a lot of money. People love complicated games.
Right, people who spend money on complicated games
This
spend
might
a
be the
lot of
hot
money on
take.
complicated
We might actually have the pretentious gaming audience rather than the pretentious movie audience. Kyle and I are always
Maybe.
fighting pretentious movie
That's
people.
true.
Like they're demons ready to get us at any point. But we might actually have the pretentious gaming audience instead of like the hot takes that we're always trying to dispel, or not the hot
Right.
takes, the
Right,
commonly
yeah.
widely accepted counter opinions like Baldur's Gate 3 is bad
Yeah.
is what we're basically always fighting
For movies.
in our movie
Right.
conversations. Basically,
I didn't grow up around
consistent.
toxic gamers, so
If it feels like
I don't have the same
I
like
would have gone
fire.
on Reddit and one of the top posts is like, actually, in our unpopular opinions, that's how you know it's really unpopular. It's on the front page and I'm seeing it. And it's Baldur's Gate 3 actually isn't that good. Which is kind of what this feels like. Because it happened with Avengers and anything that everybody kind of universally enjoys and likes because, I
Right.
don't know, it's great. Because it does that thing where it lets, where even people who weren't gaming got into gaming because it was such a good concept and so well written. But anyway,
Yeah, I agree.
maybe that's the hottest take. Maybe
Factor says I don't play enough video games to be that kind of person, but if I did, I probably would be. I admire
Love a
your
self-aware
knowledge of
king.
yourself, yeah.
love a self-aware king.
I think that's...
I think it's okay to
I
be
think that's
pretentious,
admirable.
actually. I just don't like a very specific type
I'm
of
pretentious too, but
You're
yeah.
the most pretentious person I've ever met.
I'm so fucking pretentious about my opinions.
Yeah. I think pretension...
That's why I'm here to fight other people with their own pretentious opinions.
I think it can come from a very, not good, but a very interesting, experienced place. But I feel like I can tell when it doesn't.
Cass said I wanted to love that game.
What game?
I assume she's still talking about Baldur's Gate. Again, just try playing it, but with better character selection.
I like the fact that you can fail it. Baldur's Gate 3 is a life simulator. It is a romance, life, like, friend simulator navigator. You can fail it. You can pick bad people in your life. You can pick people are going to shift the world around you based on what's going on in their lives. And it's not like the game makes it unclear what those people are doing.
Hating the characters is part of it too. There's characters we hate.
You can literally choose to murder everyone and get a girlfriend from it. Like, there's...
What's not to like about that? That's the fantasy.
I do like that there's a fail aspect to it. And not even a fail, it's just like, if you don't like the game because you don't like the people you're surrounded by, then, like, do it differently. There's, like, so many people. But anyway. Well, actively play the game with your requested cast and come back with you with a fucking document of critiques, I swear to God. Yeah. Again, because anybody can critique anything. That's just a CinemaSins document.
Just from the clips I've seen, I hate Gale. Gale is the fucking worst.
Gale sucks. I hate Gale.
Gale feels like an actual incel that I know and despise.
You know why I hate Gale? Because he's perfectly written for exactly who he is.
Yeah.
Gale is a very real man who very really exists and very really does everything that Gale would have definitely fucking done. And I hate him for it. Some perfect writing there.
Every time we play, like, halfway through the game, Allison's like, maybe I will give Gale a try, and I'm like, it's not gonna work. And then I'm
gonna be different this time. I'm gonna be one of them smart book talk girlies and pick the wizard with a supposed heart of gold. And then literally 5 seconds into talking to Gale, he's like, I once banged magic herself. I once banged, like, the god of magic. And you're like, okay.
Gale says something icky, and Allison's just like, no, never mind, I'm out. Can't do it. But some people love Gale. It's fun. It's fun to have different takes on the inside of the game.
It's okay for you to like Gale. It's okay for you to like Gale. I think.
Allison's trying to convince herself.
I think it's okay for you to like Gale.
Anyway, thank you everybody for tuning in. We will be back next week at the normal time of 8:30 Eastern time.
Yeah.
On Monday, and we will.
Robin of
do something
Moxley
fun.
said, "You mean the goddess that groomed him?" No, I'm talking about Gale. I'm talking about why Gale sucks. I didn't say everyone in Gale's life was also good. I said Gale sucks. Gale literally cannot shut up about his goddess ex-girlfriend, and there's nothing worse. You can't even don't even get me started on a guy who can't talk about his normal ass ex-girlfriend and just constantly talking about it all the time. Let alone this one. You got shit to work out. I don't want to talk to you. Leave me alone. You're gross.
And he's dying, and he has to eat boots?
And
it's too much.
Gail's like, I'm gonna explode if I don't eat something right now. I'm literally gonna explode and kill everybody if you don't hand me something incredibly expensive and powerful. Give it to me right now. And you can't even be like, why did you make this my problem? Or else he gets like huffy about it. And he's like, don't we all have our own problems? And it's like, oh, that's weird. When I accidentally murdered someone, you were a fucking bitch about it, but you have caused everyone a literal constant amount of problem, and you complain all the time, and you very, very mildly hit on all the girls in a weird, creepy way, and no one's paying any attention to you, and you suck. You suck at what you do. You're a bad wizard. You can't hit for shit, and that's why you're not in my party. And this is Cass's, like, '1 guy, and she's like, Baldur's Gate 3 sucks. Anyway, we should go.
I'm thinking Gale might remind Allison of somebody from her actual life.
A few people.
This rant is not only about Gale.
It's a lot about Gale, okay? Literally hate Gale so much. Everything Gale does icks me out to just an nth degree.
All right, goodbye, everybody. Have a good day. Have a good weekend. We'll see you Monday.
Gale. That's his introduction. After his gross-ass slimy little hand appears through